Today we will review the highly touted topping stock, the Topping D90 MQA and the Topping A90. I have this stock for a while now, almost a year, and I would like to share my thoughts and impressions on this DAC and this amplifier and why it is so famous. They said it has become the standard of DACs and amps below $1,000. So let's start with the Topping D90 MQA. I have put this two machines on a DIY stack. This is a wood. It's just a pieces of wood that I cut, then I put it together, and it is open on the back, so you have no problem with heating issues. So let's proceed. This is the Topping D90. You have a standard version of this. It doesn't have the MQA. So this one, if you are a Tidal user and an MQA believer, so this version is for you. So on the inside, you get high quality chips. The AKM's flagship model, the AK4499, with current output architecture and 4-channel design. D90 MQA can support 32-bit 768 Hz DSD 112 resolutions. By the way, MQA support only goes through the USB input, so not through the coaxial or optical. It supports Bluetooth 5.0 as well, supports LDAC, AAC, SBC, aptX, aptX HD, and other audio encodings. So see here see the stickers here. It says high-res audio for your wired connections, and it also says high-res audio wireless. So it supports every high-resolution file you can imagine. So let's proceed to the front of the device. In the front, we can see this lovely screen. I will put it on later so you can see. It has a beautiful screen. It is not colored, but I like it because the texts are very clear and the background is pure black. It's like the AMOLED displays of Samsung in their smartphones. I love it. On the other side, there's the power button, this one. If you hold it down, it can also be used to change inputs with a single tap. On the other side is the up and down selector for volume and other options. By the way, I set my D90 to a DAC only mode. So you can do this by, I will teach you. It is not on the manual. I just read it in the HeadFi forum. So switch off the device with a power button. This one, back power button. Then hold down the front panel multifunction button. Then power the device on the back. So switch it, and then you will see a menu here. Settings menu is shown. Use multifunction button to scroll to the third option. Then choose LO mode. Then use volume button to switch between pre or DAC mode. So there you go. So let's go on the back of the device. So here, you have the AES for the input. You have the USB. This is USB-B, the traditional USB-B. You have the optical. You have the coaxial, optical coaxial. And this one, this is the HDMI-like input, which is very rare. But personally, I haven't tried it, but they say it's better than USB. So I've got to find something that will support this one. And then the Bluetooth antenna. For the output, you have the balanced XLR and the analog RCA. On the right, you have the power socket, the fuse box. This is the fuse box and the power switch. Also, I forgot to mention there's a remote control. So let's go with the sound. Uh, in my opinion, the DAC only contributes for a small amount of the total music listening experience. Yeah, I think the end of the chain, which is the headphone or the IEM or the speakers, will make the most difference. Nevertheless, comparing to other DACs, the Topping D90 feels on the neutral side. It is colorless and flat. Compared to like the i5 DACs or the Cayenne DACs. So if you want neutrality, this is the way to go. It has great detail and separation, very technical, and you can hear every bit of the musical piece. But for some, this may sound lifeless, especially if you're looking for punch and dynamics. But if you want the best of both worlds, I have it paired with my Cayenne tube, and with that amp, with the added warmth, without losing details, it's very smooth and non-fatiguing. I love it. So I think this DAC is very capable. So that's about it. That's the only things that I can say about the D90. The build is very good. It's made of aluminum. I like the design, very minimalist. What I don't like is the price. I don't think this is worth the price, especially with the MQA version. So I advise, if you don't like MQA or if you don't believe in MQA, which is very controversial, take the standard one. It's a bit cheaper, and I think that one, the standard one, is good value for money. But this one I won't recommend unless you will get the Topping A90. And if you want uniformity and parallelism, then get this one. And if you lose a lot of tidal. So let's go with the Topping A90. So this is the top end of the Topping A series. A meaning amplifier, I guess. They call it the ultra high performance desktop headphone amplifier and preamplifier. It is a full-size desktop amplifier with fully balanced circuitry. Upon opening the box, you will get a power cable. I don't have the box with me now, but you will get a power cable, adapter jack, this one, and the unit itself. So let's go ahead and see the build and features of this one. I will remove it now. So the build, the Topping A90 is built like a tank. It's very good. I like it. Pure aluminum all over. All metal chassis with very smooth edges are all around. Much similar to the Topping D90, and also they have a dock up combo, the DX7 Pro. So if you want a all-in-one device, it's also designed like this. There are 3 switches on the front, you can see, along with a 4mm and a 4-pin balance XLR. Outputs, 6.3mm single-ended output, and the volume knob. On the back, let's go to the back. You have RCA and XLR inputs, this one, and outputs, just the same, XLR and RCA. Then the power cable socket, and then the power switch, this one. This is also for the fuse, which I will talk about later. I feel this amplifier is solid, carefully designed, with all inputs and outputs are tight. Semi-retro switches right here, very nice. Power supply is built in, so you don't have to worry about an extra power brick in your desk or on your floor. Going back to the front, here on this side. Let's start with this one. This is the power switch. You have the off, the headphone amplifier, and the preamplifier option. So yes, this has a preamplifier, and whether you believe in preamps or not, and if they really improve the sound, it's nice to have that option. Second switch is the RCA and the XLR options. Then this is a true balance amplifier, so you have that XLR option. Then the last switch is the gain mode. You have here low, medium, and high. Then again, the sockets, you have an XLR single-ended, I'm sorry. XLR balance and 4.4 balance, and the single-ended 6.3. The 4.4 balance is very popular nowadays. So if you have an IEM in 4.4 termination, this is a very nice addition to this amplifier. Then there's the volume knob. This is the volume knob. I have no problems with it. It feels premium upon dial. My only complaint is it's a little bit short. See, it's a little bit short. So let's go back to the back. There. Again, you have an XLR, RCA options, same for the outputs, then the power socket, and on and off switch. I want to go back here because I had an issue with this amp. After a few hours of listening, the fuse was busted. I contacted Topping, and they say maybe this is a unit from early production, and they have placed a fast blow fuse. So what I did is I bought a slow blow fuse with the same specs of the busted one, and it's all good. So you can locate the fuse right here. This may not be a problem now because I believe the newer ones are shipped with a slow blow fuse already. So let's go with the sound. The Topping A90 overall is a very clean and linear with a hint of warm. Power wise, it can pretty much drive any headphones in the market, except for a very few ones like maybe a Susvara. But if you don't own a headphone like that, A90 is good to go. It amplifies the sound without altering it or adding much of its own flavor. Highs have a lot of sparkle and great extension. The mid-range is balanced, and the bass is tight and articulate. Driving my 300 ohm HD800S is no problem. On medium gain, I can already get thick high-end sound and good bass rumble. Going to IEMs, my sensitive IEM on low gain, the Campfire Ara. The A90 has a very black background with no not noticeable noise. Surprisingly, much better than my FIO M15 DAP. Yes, you heard it. So I'm very impressed with it. And if you're looking for an amp that can drive both your IEMs and headphones, this is a very good option. If there's one thing I wish the A90 would have done better, it's the soundstage. It's not as expansive as others, but it's tight and controlled anyway. So it's not a deal breaker. I just hope they did a little bit wider for the soundstage. So conclusion, do I recommend this amplifier? Big yes. You can buy this one and stay put with it for some time. It has everything you're looking for, from amplifying power to clean sound to driving sensitive IEMs. It's neutral with a touch of warmth without altering the sound. I'm repeating myself. This Topping masterpiece, I think, can compete with amps that double the price. So that's it. I hope I was able to help. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.